Hey, we're here continuing our coverage of the Chicago VMUG event, and I'm with Mark at USSignal. And what is it that you folks bring to the party here today?
Well, we're an infrastructure and network company, and we have been in the cloud business now about 3 years. Our bread and butter is network, and the reason that is because we own our own network. It's a 14,000-mile fiber optic network across 10 states with 7 data centers, and we just broke ground on an 8th. And then about 3 years ago, we got into cloud services, so we have virtualized 3 data centers.
So what benefit does that bring to your customers?
Well, because we own the network, so everything can be on net. So that means transferring data in and out of our virtual resources is no cost. It is free. So you have unlimited bandwidth when you want to retrieve or put data in the cloud. That is part of our difference, and that is part of wholly owning a debt-free fiber optic network.
Okay, now is this just through a portion of North America, or what's your coverage footprint?
Yeah, it's a 10-state area. So it is just mostly the Midwest. So you can get on net completely if you are in the Midwest. If you're not in the Midwest, we have partners that will bring you to our network. There is a cost for that piece of it, but once you're on your network, you still enjoy the same unmetered bandwidth when you're transferring between virtual resources.
What other questions do customers come to you with? What's the primary concern that they have?
Well, when they're getting into the cloud, they aren't sure exactly maybe how to identify applications that can be moved there, and then how to move them. And what we offer is just infrastructure as a service. So we give them the building blocks to do those things, and to help them fulfill, or answer those questions and get those tasks done. We have a huge ring of partners that we use. And these partners, they have the expertise, and they can offer the managed services, be it physical service, or in our case, virtual service, and say, okay, here's the infrastructure of the service, here's the size you need in terms of how many virtual machines you need or how many gigahertz you need for what you have, and then we will help you take your applications as you have them now, virtualize them, and move them onto the infrastructure as a service USSignal provides.
Once people have gone through the onboarding process and they've shifted over, what's their biggest surprise?
Well, I would say,
in a good way.
Yeah. Well, once they get through, as you mentioned, the implementation, because like any implementation, there's always something that comes up. They tend to see how user-friendly it really is once they get used to the portal. And then what we see is they start increasing resources because they start seeing how they don't have to spend the capex anymore. And they'll have a new OPEX, a new operational cost, but they can expand that cost for much more resources than they could if they stayed with a physical environment. So I think that's probably the biggest surprise.
Yeah, excellent. Where can people go for more information about USSignal?
Our website is www.ussignalcom.com, or you can call 866-SIGNAL.
Excellent.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks very much, Mark. Thanks to you folks for joining us here, our continuing coverage of VMUG in Chicago.